Hello, you're back with the Big Condo Records podcast. I'm your host, Hayley Jane. I can't remember what episode this is now, we've done that many, but tonight I am here with a lovely lady from Wales, Heather Dolly.
Hi.
Hello, Heather, nice to meet you. What brings you here? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've come here. I'm performing a gig with Condo Records in about, when is it now? The 7th of June, so not long
Not
at
too
all.
long. You're at the Big Condo Weekender.
Yeah,
Yes,
the big weekender.
fabulous.
So I'm really excited for that. I've got an acoustic gig, so that's going to be really exciting. One of my first kind of gigs in Liverpool, so it's kind of kick-starting a lot. I'm really excited. But yeah, I'm studying at the moment in LIPA, Paul McCartney's uni.
Fabulous.
So
Yes,
it's really
what are you
fun.
studying?
Songwriting and performance. So yeah, really enjoying it. It's really great to be able to write my own music, because it was kind of new when I first started. Like, I came to study songwriting when I'd written 2 songs, so
Wow.
it's not really great. It's not the greatest situation, but now I'm here. And I'm in the source of my inspirations, the Beatles, everyone really that's come from Liverpool. I've been huge inspirations from. I'm at the source, so it's just like everything's coming so much easier than being stuck in my bedroom back in Wales. It's
Liverpool's
brilliant.
a great, diverse place to be with, especially
it really
on the
is,
music
yeah.
scene. The infrastructure here for music is great. Obviously, things can be worked on, but it's a great place to start outside of London.
Yeah,
So I'm going to
yeah.
take you back a little bit then. So we know you're here studying LIPA and you love the Beatles. So where did it all begin for you as a youngster? Have you always been involved in music? Your parents musically
Well,
influenced?
my parents can't carry a tune for the life of them. They like to think they can, but they really can't. But they kind of started me off really early ages listening to Bob Dylan, to the Beatles, to like Johnny Cash. Like, I was raised on Johnny Cash.
My dad was a
I
Johnny
used
Cash.
to, yeah.
My dad was a country and western singer.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Oh, my
All
goodness.
of Johnny Cash.
My
and
dad
Elvis.
wishes, honestly. He loves them so much. But I'd be woken up in the morning to my mother hoovering, listening to Aerosmith. So I've kind of always been musical in that aspect.
So your parents were into
Yeah.
good music, yeah? So you
Really
had a
great music.
good
I
start.
owe it all to them.
Were
but-
they musicians themselves?
No, never. No.
No?
My mother can play chopsticks on the piano, and that's about
Yeah, I
it.
think everybody can play chopsticks. Yeah.
But I got thrown into to performing companies, to drama companies when I was about 3. So being on the stage has kind of never been like an unfamiliar place for me. I've always felt quite at home.
So you're quite a seasoned professional for an 18-year-old, yeah. So you got thrown in the deep end as you were younger, doing acting classes and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I did singing, acting, dancing from about 3, and then I was 8, got my first guitar off Santa, started playing. I remember my first guitar lesson. I only had my guitar. Didn't know how to tune it. I didn't know how to play it. I didn't know how to hold it. Nothing. I didn't have a guitar case, so I walked down into town as my mother saw a poster, I think, for a guitar teacher in our local town. And I walked downtown with my guitar not in a case, just dragging it along the floor probably. No idea. I had the same guitar. I still have the same guitar teacher now for 10 years.
Wow.
And
So had you shown an interest in wanting to learn the guitar? Is that why?
yeah, I
Santa
kind
brought
of always wanted to be in a rock band. I was obsessed with Aerosmith, Bon Jovi, Journey, all of the
Jordan
kind.
was like one of my first bands that I loved.
Brilliant. They
Before
are
that,
insane.
Meatloaf, which I don't like to
Yeah.
admit that, but
But yeah, I was constantly just watching all these amazing performers. Glam rock was kind of my beginning. I remember going to Hard Rock. I saw the Hard Rock poster on the wall over there, and I remember walking into Hard Rock and seeing Steven Tyler doing Love in an Elevator up on the TV screens, and I was like, this is music.
yeah,
This
it's so
is
refreshing
music.
to hear someone so young, even as when you were younger,
Yeah.
that you were introduced to like cool music.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that pop music is not cool, but at least you've been fed a variety of like interesting kind of artists.
Yeah, I think you can hear it definitely in my music. I've been told recently that like I love my jazz, like Nat King Cole, Frank Sinatra, and then I've got Johnny Cash, I've got Bob Dylan, the Beatles.
Oh, a girl after me on heart.
Just like, and
honestly,
then we've got Motley Crue on the other end, which I'm such a huge fan of as well. So it's just such an eclectic taste, and I owe it all to my parents because they've just started me off really young and all of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you started off performing as you were younger, and then you took guitar lessons from 8 years old.
From 8
presuming
years
you're
old,
still
yeah.
playing guitar?
Started playing guitar at 8 years old, started performing in school shows, doing my Ed Sheeran covers on my guitar.
Wow.
I thought I was killing it at the time. I rewatched one of them recently, and oh my goodness. It was kind of a bad idea to watch it back, but I started getting casted in lead roles in theatre companies, which is just great. Realized I couldn't dance for the life of me, so kind of left that behind. And it's just kind of been singing constantly, playing guitar constantly. There's been no other option for me at any point in my life to do something else, because I just would never consider it. I've never wanted anything else but to perform.
You found your niche.
Yeah.
And obviously, like you say, you've had a great influence of music from a younger age, and that's influencing your music now.
Yeah,
so
100%.
you're a singer-songwriter, so you're obviously writing originals.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about those and where the inspiration for your lyrics come from?
Oh, it's messy. So going into first year and living with all of your best friends in a flat at 18 years old feels crazy. I feel like it's some kind of social experiment. Being around like people that you kind of fancy and people that you can't really get along with, but you have to because you live together. It's just like constantly every waking moment of my day is inspiration for a song lyric. I felt like sat in my bedroom at home, I felt like such a failure of an attempted songwriter, because nothing would come out, nothing would spring to mind. As soon as I came to Liverpool, just everything is so messy, the arguments, the passion, it's just constantly being fueled. And going to an open mic night and singing a song about a situation, and the person who sat in the audience that you had the situation with is such a terrifying experience, but it's what you have to do.
So you don't put yourself out there and be prepared to fail.
It's what Stevie Nicks did. It's what Lindsey Buckingham did. Everyone's we just gotta push through. It's such a freeing experience to be able to sing something that every word is dripping with such intense meaning. It's just indescribable, and I feel it now more than ever, especially knowing that there's people in the audience that are coming and actually investing in my music as well. I've actually got people that know my songs inside out, back to front, who are just really invested in it as much as I am. It's such a validating experience. I love it. It's
music
really
is just, I just don't think I could live without music. It just touches the soul.
Honestly,
touches every emotion, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So what do you what kind of things do you write about in your music? And what kind of message do you like to send out to your audience? I know you're influenced by Dylan massively, and he's a poet, isn't he? And there's always a beautiful message behind his music. Is that kind of the thing you'd like to capture in yours?
I love Bob Dylan. He is absolutely incredible. I would I feel like a running theme through Bob Dylan's songs is like, he never wants to admit that he's in love, and I get the same vibe from Hayley, who's like a huge inspiration for me as well. Just constantly, I love her, or I used to love you, but you actually smell now. It's an actual Hayley lyric. Like, it's constantly a conflicting storytelling. I feel like I get that a lot in my songs. I've never written a love song and it just be a love song. The Beatles being one of my biggest inspirations as being why I moved to Liverpool, it's kind of really conflicting in that way, because most of their early songs are I love her, she loves me, la la la, but it's gorgeous and it's beautiful. It's not what I can do. Maybe one day I'll fall in love with someone and it'll become really easy, but at the moment it's the inner workings of a teenage girl's mind. It's not easy and it's not straightforward. It's very dramatic and very messy, and I think you can get that in my songs a lot.
Yeah, you're a great place to start from. They're not going to be typical simple songs. They're going to have a bit of complex kind of meaning behind them, which is good. Fabulous. So would you say Dylan is your biggest influence, would you say, as a songwriter?
Yeah, well, Paul McCartney, Bob Dylan, Christine McVie. I'd have to say Phoebe Bridgers is up there. I feel like everyone's inspired by Phoebe Bridgers at my age. Everyone's saying going to a Lipper open mic is just going to a Phoebe Bridgers impersonation contest. And I love it. And I love it. I'm never complaining about it, because Phoebe Bridgers is crazy. I love her. Songwriting is just on a whole other level. Elliott Smith as well. It's just, I love all music. And all the people I just mentioned are absolutely insane songwriters. They're all huge inspirations. I'm inspired mainly by people that I just meet day to day. my friends around me. Like I take every kind of bit of inspiration I can. I'm equally as inspired by my friend and co-writer Jamie Beth as I am by any of the Beatles. It's yeah.
So what do you do for yourself to kind of put yourself out there with your music?
I'm always filming myself. I think I drive my friends absolutely crazy, drive them up the wall.
You take total advantage of the social media.
Social media, definitely. Instagram, I'm constantly on my stories posting covers. I know Billie Eilish just released a song a few days ago. About half an hour after I listened to the song, I immediately linked it and posted it. Like it's like upset, and I'm on it constantly. If I like a song, I can't just post it online and just be like, I like it. I have to perform it. So I'm constantly posting on Instagram, Reels, Facebook especially.
Because there's always a story behind the song, isn't there?
Yeah.
Like if you're not performing, that story behind it's got to come out in your emotions and your body language. And that's what I'm like when even if I'm just singing in my room at home, I'm not just like, I'm fully expressing myself. When I watch myself back on a video, I'm cringing because the expressions that I'm doing. But you have to you've got to feel it inside.
You have, and it's come out so much more. I don't know why I feel everything so intensely suddenly. Went through a very, I wouldn't say messy, I went through a kind of breakup recently, and every single song since then, it just
perfect foundations for songmaking.
Honestly, isn't it? It's a blessing in some way. But it's just like every song I listen to, I connect on ways I hear it so deeper than I've ever heard anything before. It's just like, that's what that means. I've never got anything like that before. Like I'm listening to Chet Baker songs and I'm like, my goodness, makes so much sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of message do you want to send out to your audiences, and why should they come back to you as an artist?
I never want to. That's a very big question. I feel like I don't like writing songs where I blame someone or there's a certain villain in the song. Like You're So Vain, I love that song, such a good song. That was probably a really bad example, but I hate writing songs where I'm just like, I hate you, you did this to me, blah, blah, blah. I love there always to represent how complex life can be and how you kind of need to look for the good in people. Not just, it's so easy to just make yourself just gain a victim kind of complex and just, I love the idea of everyone having good in them and kind of representing that in a way. Most of my songs, I don't write breakup songs and it be like, you've hurt me and F you and this is terrible. It's all like one of my biggest songs, I say one of my favorite songs I've written. I've just finished in the studio, Maybe in Another Life. It's about a breakup and how you were treated bad by that person, but maybe in another life we could have lived the life that I wanted and the life that we did have before everything kind of turned complex and stuff like that. I love that kind of idea
from it,
yeah.
So what's your kind of setup? Do you have like a studio at home? Are you big on having it really perfected before you put it out on your platforms, or do you like to kind of keep it raw and organic?
I've only got 2 songs I'm working on at the moment in the studio. I go to Lipper. I've got some friends in the sound tech course, so I go and I meet them. They're really great.
Quite handy friends to have.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. The song I've got at the moment is very spacey. I'm hoping to release it at Halloween time, definitely August, October time, but it's very Halloween kind of vibes. It's very open, airy, atmospheric. I kind of don't like having anything polished. I'm very specific when I like recording. I know people, each to their own, honestly. I love people that record and it's a completely polished sound. It's like so satisfying to listen to, but personally with me, I think it comes from my inspirations. I like it when it's a bit raw and open and really crunchy with the harmonics on it as well. I don't like anything to be a simple chord progression. It's always gotta have suspension and kind of openness. Never like anything to fully resolve either. When I set up and I play for my Instagram reels and stuff like that, or YouTube or TikToks, it's just me and my guitar. There's no plugins or anything like that, because that's not what music's about to me. It's not about having the cleanest perfected sound. It's about sharing yourself for who you are and just being really authentic about it. So yeah, it's kind of a bit more authentic, more rough, not so polished.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for, yeah.
And where do you want to go with your music from here?
I'd love to perform at festivals. I've always wanted to go to a major festival, and I've never been able to get tickets.
Yeah,
Especially
too.
Glastonbury. Glastonbury is absolutely intense to get tickets for. I've tried for years and years and years. I've done family festivals and smaller festivals, but now I've got a festival booked for this summer back at home. Just a smaller kind of festival, but
What to perform?
yeah, to do my acoustic set. It's only about a half an hour set, but you know, it's not quite pyramid stage yet.
No, but yes, we all start somewhere. Yes, but keep that dream, keep that vision, manifest it as if it's yours, and it will come to you. Believe me, I'm big on manifestation.
Oh yeah, I am too.
Yeah, and the fact that you're here in Liverpool, you know, you don't realise when you're manifesting something, it doesn't ever work. But look where you are, and you're outside of Lipper, and you're in Lipper now. Yeah, all these little dreams and wishes, it will definitely happen. Yeah. Would you like to be signed one day? Would that be a dream, or just be an independent artist, being the hippie chick at the festival?
I have no idea. I'm a strong believer in just seeing where things lead you. My friends hate me for it because I don't really, event wise I plan like crazy. Holiday wise I'm the first one to plan. I love planning things like events and stuff like that. When I perform gigs, I love planning it inside out, back to front. In terms of my life, they hate me because they'll have conversations like, how many kids do you want, stuff like that. Oh, when do you want, what's your 5-year plan? I have no idea. I'm such a huge believer on seeing what happens, just seeing where life takes me. I'm such a huge what happened will happen. So I don't really think about things like that.
You're just gonna literally, if you get signed, you get signed one day.
I get signed. Yeah,
the fact that you've got your guitar and you can sing, you can just take it anywhere with you anyway, can't you?
Yeah 100%.
And so what's your next gig? Where can we catch you performing next?
I'm performing at HMV on the 1st of June in Liverpool. Which is really exciting. I'm doing a joint gig with my friend Jamie Beth, who I mentioned earlier. We're kind of helping each other out with guitar harmonies. It's going to be a really nice performance.
So you mentioned to me before about the HMV gigs. So what are these and how do they come about, and can anybody get involved?
Yeah, of course. well, I know back at home, I go to Cardiff all the time. I saw the Himalayas play there before, and they had about 1,000 followers on Instagram, and I was like, these are actually, they're really wicked, and I was taking loads of videos and stuff, and then the next week got announced that they were supporting the Foo Fighters. I was like, my goodness, this is how
just
people
the new following that they've picked up from
yeah just like going around, and it's just like any kind of opportunity you get to kind of gain more exposure. It could be you just get scouted in the
that's what's good about the social media, isn't it? But that's why I was interested with the HMV, because I didn't think things like that still went on.
Well, I came to, it's such a big thing in Cardiff, and I hadn't seen anything in Liverpool, so me and Jamie were like, let's just send them a message and just see what's kicking off. And we just sent them a message. The next day they added us to a group chat. They were like, okay, this is gonna happen, you need to be here on this day. It's all sorted. Immediately out with posters and promotion. So it was a really easy process. I'm really excited for it. It's gonna be great.
You said, it's a bit of exposure from the people that follow them.
It's
all good for you, isn't it? Amazing. That's fabulous. So you are performing at the big Condo Weekender as well?
Yes.
Is it on the 7th of
June in Cafe Tobac on Bold Street.
Cafe Tobac at the top of Bold Street. Oh, fabulous. On the 7th of June. Well, it's been absolutely amazing to meet you, Heather Dolly. And I also love the name. One of my little dogs is called Dolly.
Oh, so
and she's absolutely gorgeous. It's been an absolute pleasure. And you're 18 and, you know, incredibly talented. And you're at Lipper going to do a degree there. So you're in a very good place. And we can't wait I'm going to come and watch you perform at the Tobac. Cafe Tobac, on the 7th. That'll be amazing, and we'll look forward to seeing your journey develop and grow from here.
Thank you so much.
Keep in touch and come back to us when you've got your releasing any material, or if you've got any other gigs, and we'll post and share and come and watch.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so
much
for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Big Condo Records podcast, and I've been your host, Hayley Jane. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you really soon.